A fish just froze. No sound, no warning. A shadow passed overhead, and in that split second it made a choice that could mean life or death. Here's the question almost nobody asks. Is that just instinct? Or does a fish actually know it's in danger? For decades, people believed fish were simple. Tiny brains, no memory worth mentioning, just reflexes wrapped in scales. But the closer scientists looked, the more that idea fell apart. Because underneath that calm water is a world of fear, memory, learning, and decisions that are smarter than almost anyone expects. Fish don't think like you do, but that doesn't mean they don't know when something wants to kill them. And once you see what's actually happening beneath the surface, you won't look at a fish tank the same way again. Picture living somewhere danger can come from any direction. Above you, below you, behind you, even hiding inside a patch of plants that looks completely harmless. A fish can't run behind a tree. It can't climb to higher ground. Water is open. Every movement sends out a signal. Every mistake gets noticed. So recognizing danger isn't just useful for a fish. It's the only thing standing between it and being eaten. Here's what almost nobody realizes. Fish don't mainly rely on their eyes. Most of the time, they feel danger before they ever see it. Running along the side of a fish's body is something called the lateral line. It's a sensory system so sensitive it can detect the faintest shift in water movement. A predator doesn't need to touch it. It doesn't even need to be visible. The water moving alone is enough to say something big is coming. Imagine standing in a pitch-black room and somehow sensing a stranger walking toward you without hearing a single footstep. That's what a fish lives with every single day. To you, the water looks still. To a fish, it never stops talking. But sensing danger is only step one. What a fish does next is where things get interesting. When a predator strikes, most fish don't panic. They calculate. Some dive deeper. Some vanish into rocks. Some freeze, completely betting that stillness is safer than movement. And then there's schooling. Hundreds of fish moving as if they share one brain. No leader. No signal you can see. Just perfect instant coordination. From above, the school twists like a living cloud, and a predator can't lock onto a single target inside it. That's not chaos. That's a defense system refined over millions of years. Here's the part that changes everything. Fish don't just react to danger. They remember it. Scientists have found fish that avoid entire areas for months after facing a predator. They're long after the actual threat is gone. Some fish remember the exact hook that caught them once and refused to bite again. Others learn to recognize bait and simply stop falling for it. That's not instinct repeating on a loop. That's experience rewriting future behavior. And it gets stranger. Fish learn by watching each other. One fish barely escapes an attack. Nearby fish see it happen. They weren't touched. They weren't chased. But afterward, many of them start behaving more cautiously anyway. They don't always need to feel the danger themselves. Sometimes watching is enough. And that kind of learning spreads through a group fast, making the whole population harder to catch and harder to kill. This is where it gets deeper. Fear for a fish was never really about panic. It's about making better bets. Every fish is constantly balancing two needs that pull against each other. Find food, stay alive. Too cautious, and it starves. Too bold, and it becomes someone's dinner. Every single move is a trade-off calculated in real time. And somehow most of the time they get it right. Now here's something that sounds almost like science fiction. When a fish is injured by a predator, its body releases a chemical into the water. Other fish detect it within seconds. They scatter. They hide. They stop feeding completely. No sound. No signal you or I could ever notice. Just chemistry doing the talking. One injured fish, without meaning to, can warn dozens of others that death is nearby. Danger isn't only teeth and claws either. Fish recognize threats you'd never think to look for. Falling oxygen levels, sudden temperature swings, pollution moving through the water. Fish will abandon an area long before a human would ever notice something was wrong. Some migrate, some dive, Some search for cooler water, reading warnings we can't even sense. Here's something most people get wrong about fish entirely. Not every fish handles danger the same way. Some are bold, pushing into unfamiliar territory without hesitation. Others hang back, near shelter, cautious by nature. And this isn't random. Two fish, same species, same environment, same exact threat in front of them, and one pushes forward while the other holds back every time. Sound familiar? Because in humans, personality shapes risk-taking the exact same way. Fish even remember people. Ask any aquarium owner. Some fish learn exactly who feeds them. They swim toward that person. They ignore strangers. They let a trusted face get closer than anyone else. Does that mean a fish loves you the way a dog does? Almost certainly not. But it does mean something bigger. A fish can recognize an individual, build an association, and change its behavior based on what it learned before. That's not a machine running on autopilot. That's memory doing real work. Every successful escape teaches a fish something. Every mistake costs it something. Over time, the fish that survive aren't lucky. They're experienced. They know which shadows matter, which hiding spots actually work, which hour of the day is dangerous. None of it is written down anywhere. It's built one close call at a time. Here's the real misunderstanding people make about fish. Silence gets mistaken for emptiness. A fish doesn't bark. It doesn't show you a face. Its fear is quiet. Its communication is subtle. But subtle isn't the same as nothing. Their survival depends on reading signals most humans will never notice in their entire lives. A flicker of movement, a faint vibration, a trace of chemical in the water, a shift in light. To another fish, that's an entire conversation. We can't ask a fish what it's afraid of, but we can watch what it avoids, what it remembers, and how it adapts. And every time scientists look closer, the answer points the same direction. A fish isn't a machine reacting on instinct alone. It's processing, deciding, learning, adjusting to a world where one wrong move ends everything. So the next time you're standing in front of a fish tank or watching one glide across a lake, look past the scales for a second. Underneath that slow, peaceful movement is a mind constantly measuring risk. Every shadow, every ripple, every shape it doesn't recognize. A fish may never understand danger the way you do, but it doesn't need to, because sometimes intelligence isn't solving a puzzle or speaking a language. Sometimes it's simply knowing the exact moment to stay perfectly still and living to see tomorrow.